Morning ladies, welcome to December's Coffee and Card. Can't believe it's December already. Hope you're all getting ready for Christmas. If any of you want to send me a wish list and get your husbands, partners, children to contact me, and I can guide them to some special purchases for you, just let me know. Anyway, nothing's better than coffee, cookies, cocktails and chocolate. I think that's probably right. And the card number one, I've gone with coffee. You could go with anything. You could go with the cookies, the cocktails or the chocolate. There's space there to put whatever image it is that you want to use. And I've used very neutral colours for this one. So again, you can add in colours that you've got or that you want to use. And I'll also show you a way to step it up if you have bought the dies as well. So you can make this without the dies, but if you've bought the dies again, I'll just show you a little way that you can step it up. Right, so we shall get started. Should open up my pack. And there we go. So now I've used a slighting technique for the background for this card. It's really, really simple and you can do it freehand. And you can either do it offset like I have, or you can do it straight if you want. It's up to you, but it's a good place to start. So I'll just get out my trimmer. So this is slightly too short for that piece on purpose so that I can do this technique. Excuse me, I am still coughing. One day this is going to disappear, I promise. Right, and so what I did basically was I just sort of cut a bit of an arrowhead out, I suppose. So I just eyeballed it and thought, yeah, that's about right. Okay, and then so that's the top piece, and then I came back in. Didn't want it to go to a complete point, so I've then cut on here at a little bit of a slope as well. And try not to score it, cut it. Okay, so then we've got our three pieces. It's well worth keeping them in order. Now, as you can see, they are different from the ones I've just done. Every card will be different. I haven't measured it. If you feel that that's too much, then you can just do 2 horizontal lines if you want, and then just space them out vertically to get your 3 panels that way. But I just thought this sort of reflects that adulting is hard. It really is. So we'll stick this background onto this piece of Very Vanilla, because I thought it just went really well with all the greens, and it is literally, we're just going to position it, and so you're left with just a small gap between the 2 pieces. And I just thought this paper just really lent itself to this arrangement. Okay, so I'm going to start at the bottom and get my trusty glue, which I just realised, excuse me, it's been stored upside down, which is not the best plan. And I've now got the sun shining straight in my eyes, but I really don't want to cover it up because it's such a lovely day today when I'm filming this. So just with the usual 1/4 centimetre gap all the way around the outside, using my wet glue, so I've got a little bit of wiggle room. I'm just making the border on these 3 sides as equal as I can. Okay, as we know, we are not working in a factory in China. So we just want it to be nice and straight, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And so I'm going to do the top one, and then I can arrange the middle one in the middle. Okay, so again, a little bit of glue, don't need loads, it's really good glue this. Also, if it does spill out, it does have a bit of a tendency, well, it will dry sticky because it only dries properly when it's in contact with another piece of paper, because it's 2-way glue. So you can use it as temporary glue if you leave it to dry for a while before you attach it to what you're using, or you can use it as permanent glue, which is when I'm happy with that lining up. If you attach it to paper straight away, then it becomes permanent. So it does mean if you get a little bit extra, it can just dry a little bit sticky. So do be sparing with it. It's very good glue. You do not need loads. Right. I did think as well, I didn't think it looked as good using the brickwork as the pattern, sort of using that up. I think it looks better with the green. I think perhaps because it's a bit more random, it just looked a little bit better using the green. And then that just goes in between those two pieces and just line them up with your wet glue, giving you your wiggle room there. I think I've done better with that one than I did with the first one. Nope. Ha, she says, and then moves it. Excuse my coughing. So I think that's really effective. Now, I did wonder, I think I'm actually going to put this one on this way because I think more of the fronds are going up that way than coming down. Excuse me. So I'm going to put it that way up, I think. Okay. Quick slurp of my coffee. I hope you've got your coffees there. So I'm just going to put that to one side and we're going to do the stamping for the coffee because adulting is hard. Now on this one, I actually stamped in early espresso, or you could, any neutral will do, so even black, which we've all got, but any brown crumb cake would work. It wouldn't stand out as well as the early espresso, but a nice fairly dark neutral is what you're looking for. And we're also looking for the cup outline. You've got so many stamps in this set. There are loads. Just remember there should be something else in mine. I think I've chucked it away. Oh. I shall have a look. Right. So I'm going to start with the cup, and I'm actually going to do the cup just below the midline, so that we can do the steam above and the coffee above, and we can put the Because Adulting is Hard below, but not with lots and lots of space between each. So I'm saying that's roughly the middle-ish. Okay, so, and I'm just going to pop that with the sun shining in my face, roughly in the middle there. There we go, happy with that. Okay. And then I did wonder what this stamp was for when I first got it, but it's the steam coming out of the cup. And I am just going to get my head in the way a little bit and stick my bottom out because I just want that so it is actually just touching or just inside the cup so that you can see the steamers associated with the cup. And the liner of the cup again, or the filling of the cup again, is a stamp, or you can colour it if you want, if you don't have a stamp with the colour that you want. And I think I am going to go with, gosh, you could go with any colour you wanted really. What shall we do? Should we go for Magenta Madness? Let's just go bonkers. She says getting Bumblebee out. Magenta Madness. Okay. And then we're just going to line that. I'm lining it up with the cup. Again, you really, really, really do need to get your head over this. It's not a perfect match. It's supposed to be a little bit line drawn like that. Actually, I think that's about the best one I've done. So, there we go. And now we just need to add our text. So again, going back to the early espresso. Just going to get a slightly longer block out. And I'm going to start with the coffee. And that is just going to go sort of halfway between the steam from the coffee and the top of the block of the die cut piece. There we chamois. And then, because adulting is hard, know that we're looking awesome on that one. There we go, because adulting is hard. Yeah, there we were, all kids thought we can be grown-ups and we can do what we want when we want. Ha ha ha! Hey ho. And again, halfway between the cup and the bottom, because adulting is hard. Okay, so that's the front done, and I'm now going to do the inside, which has also got some stamping on, which is why you've got an extra piece of Very Vanilla just here. Okay, so let's open it up. So today's plan: consume coffee and be awesome. Yep. So again, I'm starting this time. I'm going to start with the coffee, and then go above and below it with the text. Okay, I find because these stamps have got a little bit of an edge on, if you try and put all the stamps on a block, the text ends up being a bit too spaced out than you would have got, you know, normally if you'd say written it, for example. So what I'm going to do is stamp them all separately. So we're going to start with the coffee, just a little bit up from the middle. Okay. And then today's plan. See, I know. Oh, there we go. Today's plan: consume. So, again, just putting it just above the coffee. And be awesome, because that's what we are. All as mums are awesome. And those who aren't mums, still awesome. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop a couple of cups, top and bottom, some jaunty cups. This stamp set was actually designed by a demonstrator. She's a million seller, and she's the awesome bow maker, who is Connie Stewart. If ever you're running out of ideas for cards, go and look her up, because she does some fabulous. So it's Connie and it's Stewart, S-T-E-W-A-R-T. Certainly want somebody I follow, so if you look on my Facebook or YouTube, you'll find her. So, but she's very talented and very, she shares all her ideas, so she's brilliant. And knows how to tie a bow, and taught me how to tie a bow. Right, so that's all my stamping done, so we just need to build up the card now. Put this in the middle. Blue, there it is. So if you've come across this video and you haven't actually bought the kit, if you want to buy the kit, the link for it is down below. If you click on the link, it'll ask me to send you more details. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And there'll be my face coming up shortly. And if you click on that, you can subscribe, or you can press the button, the subscribe button underneath the video under here. My target for the end of this year is 100 subscribers, so I've got 9 more to go as of filming. It may well increase. So, and then we'll just stick on the front. As I say, these stamps are all very interchangeable, so if you prefer to put cookies or chocolate or cocktails, then feel free. And you can just use the images that are associated with those things and the colours that you want in our nice neutral card. Okay, And then this pops on the bottom. Now, some of you have not just bought the stamp set, you've also bought the dies, and that was the missing little bit I was looking for, because the one way to step, or one of the ways to step this card up, is to do some what we call decoupage and actually stamp and cut out another cup of coffee, and then you can stick it perhaps on dimensionals on top of the original image, just to give the card a little bit more pop. Okay, and I did have somewhere, which I have now lost, a cup. I'm struggling to find it. Let's just see if it's down here. There it is, so I can just show you. Okay, and there we go. So you could pop that on there, either flat or on some dimensionals, and that will just finish it off beautifully. So hope you've had have a lovely day. Enjoy your coffee, chocolate, cocktails or cookies, whatever it is you're going for, and I shall see you next week. Many thanks. Bye.